Hello, and happy new moon in Cancer for July 2021. I am so excited to do your readings today. I'm just going to light some sage, clear the space, take a deep breath. If you're new here, my name is Allison, and I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland. And Wonderland is the world of my own magical making. I believe in living the life that you've imagined and being the change that you want to see in the world. So for me, that means creating my own magical wonderland and living a happy, healthy life there. For me, doing card readings for myself helps me connect to spirit, it helps me connect to myself, and helps me to get clear about making decisions in the real world. So this reading is for the next moon cycle starting on July 9th for the new moon in Cancer until the following month's new moon. How it works is we have 3 piles here. I will ask you to take a moment to pause the video if you need to, but just kind of feel which pile draws out to you. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you would like to choose using colors, we have a yellow candle for group number 1. We have a red candle for group number 2. And a aqua candle or teal kind of seafoam green color for number 3, as well as crystals. So we've got a selenite for number 1, orchid calcite for number 2, and citrine for number 3. So again, that's yellow with the selenite for group number 1, red candle with the orchid calcite for group number 2, and teal with citrine for group number 3. So take a moment to choose, and once you've made your decision, you can click on the timestamp in the description box, and that will take you directly to the reading of your choice. You will also notice that there is a 4th timestamp at the end for a closing statement to kind of wrap up all the readings. I kind of go into a little bit about the new moon in Cancer, but mostly just kind of seeing how all the readings are relating to each other, and that kind of gives me a feel for how this next new moon cycle is going to be. And I just want to point out that if you are going to choose number 3, do watch the closing statement, because for all of the other readings I picked a chakra card, but I forgot to do one for group 3, so stick around and watch the closing statement, which is fine for you anyways, because if you click group 3, if you just watch all the way to the end, then you'll get your chakra card. If not, that's fine too. I apologize for forgetting to do that. But without further ado, I guess I will just lead you into the readings, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time and at the closing statement. Hello group 1, if you chose the yellow candle with the beautiful chunk of selenite, then this reading is for you. I'm just going to light your candle for you. This reading is for the new moon in Cancer for July 2021. So we've got some tarot cards here that we will start off with, and some oracle cards that will help give us some clarification. And then I'm also going to try to remember to pull from this chakra deck. So our first tarot card here is the 4 of Cups. This is the 5 of Pentacles. and the Hermit. So before we jump into the oracle cards, we'll just talk about the tarot cards for right now. Maybe I'll move this over. So the Four of Cups card seems to come up a lot in these readings. This girl here, let me bring it forward a little bit. The person in the picture is not looking too happy. She's not happy with the three cups that are standing in front of her, but she kind of doesn't really see this other one that's kind of looks like it's appearing out of nowhere. So this card is all about just unsatisfaction, not being happy with what you have in your life, and you're so focused on you're so focused on the negative parts that is going on in your life that you're not able to see that this thing that's like popping out as if coming from nowhere is right in front of you and possibly could be a really positive thing, but you just aren't really recognizing it yet. And the Five of Pentacles here is very similar to that card. These people are walking in the snow. They're very unhappy and down on their luck. It's cold. They look very sad. But they also don't notice that this warm and inviting church is right behind them. So these two, the Four of Cups and Five of Pentacles, are very similar to each other in the sense that you're just so focused on the negative things in your life that you don't recognize that there is light behind here, and there is possibly something positive trying to get your attention. And the Hermit card she also looks kind of sad and lonely, but the Hermit card is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck because the Hermit is very alone and solitary, but because of that, they are so wise, and the Hermit card is the light bringer, illuminating the wisdom. It also encourages you to take time by yourself and maybe sit in meditation and kind of figure out what is the next best step for you to get out of this situation that's coming over here. So just to get, let's take a look at our oracle cards here. This is the Bard's Collection, and this is from a fairly new deck called the Sacred Hag's Oracle, and it is very quickly becoming one of my favorite decks, and I wanted to pull it for this particular reading because I love that she gives you morning and evening rituals. So it's a really good deck to use for new moon readings because it gives you something to try to practice doing every day. But let's read from the book and see what it says. So this is Grandmother Speaks. We become more discerning as we age when it comes to our gathering. Oh, and that's the key word. It's the Bard's Collection, and the subtitle is Gathering. So we become more discerning as we age when it comes to our gathering, our slow collection of wisdoms and skills. When we are young, we want to own it all, to scoop up every lesson we can and put it into our baskets. In time, though, we become necessarily protective of our energy, and we learn that every little thing we collect demands our time and attention. Ask yourself what you are gathering now. Are you learning new ways of being in the world? Are you collecting trinkets, certificates, or relationships? What do you gather that is worthy of your precious energy, and what do you gather that would be better left outside the realm of your attention and responsibility? So I love this card for this reading because I feel like the Hermit card is asking you to do exactly that, to go within, to figure out what it is that is important to you and what things that you want to keep in your life and discard the rest of it. So imagine that like you have a basket and you can only fit a certain amount of things in that basket. What are the most important things to you that you must have in your basket? Um, I use this practice. It's kind of interesting that this comes up because I use this practice, hashtag what's in your basket, because I have a basket that I carry with me. You know, like I keep my like wallet and keys. I kind of use it as a purse. I keep my planner in there, but I also fill it up with things that I have to do for the week. And it kind of takes the pressure off because there's only so much you can fit into the basket. So I only put into the basket for the week what is really important to me and what absolutely has to get done. And that way I don't feel too overloaded and too much pressure to get all of these things done because I always have a million things that I want to do. As long as I get those things in the basket checked off of my list, then I feel accomplished and it helps me to not feel overwhelmed. So one of the things that it suggests in this card booklet is to go throughout your house and find 3 things that you want to get rid of, and it explicitly says to get rid of them. Like, don't just throw it in the trash and have that energy like lingering in the trash can. Throw it in the trash or donate it to a local charity. Actually physically remove it from your house. Remove that trash bag. Remove the box of donations out of your house so that you're getting rid of that energy. And releasing that energy is going to allow better things to come to you. And it might, clearing that clutter is going to help you be able to see things more clearly and see that there is light and that there are things being offered to you. So the morning suggestion was to let's see, on the brain, name 3 deep values, 3 things that you truly believe. Yeah, so it doesn't have to necessarily be physical things. Think of the 3 things that are important to you and letting go of the rest of it. And just like really focusing on the positive things in your life. Let's see, and then we have this last card here. Fairy energy. And the subtitles here are growth, expansion, and flowering. So that is definitely what happens when we take time out for ourselves and go deep within. It's kind of like hibernating out in a little cocoon and then emerging from the flower. So this card is encouraging growth and expansion and flowering. And this, just because like we're in Cancer season and this is a Cancer new moon, I feel like this next moon cycle is going to be really important to focus on self-care. And if you are feeling like either of these, the 4 of Cups or the 5 of Pentacles, really take care of yourself, like, and let yourself feel the sadness, feel the disappointment, feel whatever it is that you're feeling, and just allow it. Take time to yourself and allow those feelings to be released and let them go. So I'm going to pick a card for this. See what chakra you should focus on for this next moon cycle. And the fairy energy card also makes me feel like maybe you should try connecting with the fairies too. Summertime is fairy time, fairy energy. You might want to plant some flowers in your garden or plant, oh interesting, this one just popped out. Plant something on your balcony, leave a little like bee water fountain or something that really connects you to nature and to flowering. So we got for you the Let Go card, and this is a root chakra card. So this definitely fits in with this Bard's collection. Release, can I read it and show it to you at the same time? No. Release negative attachments. Be centered in body, mind, and spirit. Remember that you belong within Mother Earth's embrace. That Gaia's life force is your own. It flows into you and through you, propelling and protecting you, enshrouding you in peace. Let Gaia hold what is no longer yours or in service to you. And again, that's the root chakra. The crystal that they suggest is jet, and the herb is clove. So I specifically chose selenite for you because it is a very light-bringing stone, because it seems like there is some loneliness, darkness, sadness going on in this reading. And this selenite is going to bring in the light. It's also going to help you clear and let go of things. So that is a wonderful card for you this month. I love that this is a Cancer new moon and we're in Cancer season, and this card specifically says that you belong within Mother Earth's embrace. And that's all Cancer energy is mothering, nurturing, caring. It's not always easy. It's sometimes tough love, caring energy, but it's still unconditional love nonetheless. So set some intentions around really taking care of yourself, taking time out to be alone and meditate and figure out what the next step is to clear out what doesn't serve you and to figure out ways to bring light into your life. I chose the yellow candle for you as well for that reason, to remind you that the light is always there, no matter what. It's always there. You might not be seeing it, but it's always there, and new opportunities are always available to you. So take time out, and fairy energy is also playful energy, so take time out to just kind of play and maybe not let all the negative things in your life bother you so much. Get back to that like childlike feeling of not even knowing what the stupid adult things that we have to deal with is like. So take care. If this resonates with you, let me know, and I hope to see you again soon. And please reach out if you need anybody to talk to. I'm always here. Stay tuned at the end for our closing statement if you feel called to, and thanks again. I'll see you next time. Hello, group 2. If you chose the red candle, I'm going to light that for you now. And the Orchid Calcite tumbled stone. And this reading is for you for the new moon in Cancer for July 2021. So we've got some tarot cards as well as some oracle cards. And then I'm also going to choose or draw, while we're talking, a chakra card. But as far as the tarot goes, the first one here is the Lovers. Next one is the Page of Wands. And the Emperor. So two major arcana cards here. So I feel like whatever's going on for you right now is probably something significant in your life. The Lover's card does not necessarily have to mean a relationship, like a romantic relationship. It can be a partnership. It can be business, like a business partnership, a friendship, relationship with yourself, or with spirit or your higher power. The Lover's card is also about choices. So I feel like within the next month you are making a decision about something, and I think with the Page of Wands that you are learning something new, maybe doing something completely new, or taking the next step in your career, and Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. And then with the Emperor on the end here, I feel like you're like, if it's a relationship, you're taking your relationship to the next level. You're learning something new, maybe like learning how to communicate with the Emperor. I feel like the Emperor was just screaming to me, setting boundaries. Um, when I was doing the reading earlier, I feel like you're taking something to the next level. You're serious, like you're maybe you've been kind of like dabbling in something, and now it's time to like get serious. Maybe you've just been like reading books about something, and now you're going to start taking a class. The Emperor might be like a teacher, some sort of guide or guru, um, that's going to help educate you and bring you up to this next level. I think for some reason I just kept getting this, you need to be clear about your boundaries. Maybe that's just setting time aside to really commit to whatever it is that you're learning. Yeah, but let's look at the the tarot cards. I will admit that I was kind of like struggling to find clarity on this reading. So let's see. The next one I pulled two Earth Magic deck, because I was feeling like there's some confusion and we needed some Earth energy to ground us, to kind of help you to make a decision. And these two cards came up. The first one is Wind, which is activation. So this card to me, like, think of like, have you ever just been standing outside and this big gust of wind comes up and it's just like it feels so refreshing, and it's like it took everything away. It kind of cleared your mind and helped you focus. It was just like, oh, that felt great. So I feel like you need to really get moving on making this decision or committing to something. And then the Island and Solitude. If this card resonates with you, I would maybe recommend looking at the first reading as well, because this same sort of message about, I know we're all like excited to be getting back out into the world, but maybe you're like getting out there and you're feeling like, wait, I'd rather go home and be alone. I can totally relate to that sentiment. I like being alone in my little sanctuary. But being alone and solitary doesn't necessarily mean, I don't know, isolation. Like the island is the tree is very symbolic on this. The island is all lit up, whereas the sky and surrounding area is kind of cloudy and foggy and dark and mysterious. The light on the island, the tree is blooming and blossoming. So it's like, by isolating yourself, putting yourself in solitude, like something is going to bloom and grow out of that. I really feel like you are going to be like learning something new. But it's really like, use this new moon to set intentions about really activating that and committing, like maybe sign up for a class or set a date to have a conversation with your boss or your partner. Be clear about what it is that you want to move forward with this new moon, because I'm feeling like there's some confusion. And then I tried to get more clarity and chose from the Angels and Ancestors deck, because this deck feels very earthy to me, and I was still trying to get some like grounded clarity here. And then we came up with the Direction Guardian. So I really feel like that there's something that you are trying to, and it says choose your path. There's something that you are trying to make a decision about, and you're just not, this card, the Direction Guardian, kind of symbolizes like it doesn't matter which direction you take, as long as you choose one and stay on that path and be clear about, this is the path that I am choosing and this is the direction we are going. It's going to be good no matter what. it's just going to be a hard decision to make. The Lover's card is also sometimes about, sorry, that was right near the microphone. I hope that wasn't too loud. The Lover's card is also sometimes about making choices. And really committing to yourself, committing to spirit. We've got the angel wings here, the angel wings here. So spirit is on your side. I think it's just you have to make a decision about which direction you want to go. Okay, so I'm going to ask the chakra deck to give us a little more clarity. I was really like, this is going to be the never-ending. I just had to stop picking cards for this one because like 2 fell out for the Earth Magic deck, and then I had this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna like keep picking cards, and there's never going to be like a definitive answer here. So that just kind of says to me that might be just like how you're feeling. This card popped out, Wholeness. It's number 26, and it is a heart chakra card. And it says, you have within you the power to heal all that is in need of your love, including yourself. Open up to the vastness of your heart and allow its purifying presence to wash over you in waves of self-acceptance and graceful allowing. From this space of whole soul fulfillment and nourishment, you will be able to give and receive abundantly. You are the forests and the oceans and the earth and the sky. Honoring your wholeness is your path to wellness. I love that the word path is in there. Again, this is a heart chakra card. The crystal is mango calcite. Interesting. And the herb is hawthorn berries. Interesting that mango calcite, I'm not sure, I'm assuming, I mean, this is a calcite, it's orchid calcite. Which is a combination of orange calcite and black tourmaline. And I chose this card specifically for you. I just did a Let's Get Stoned video on this card, so I highly recommend checking that out and maybe getting a piece for you to work with, because I chose this card for you because with the black tourmaline, it helps you get grounded and it's protecting, whereas the orange calcite is creative energy and it's going to like help ignite that spark in your sacral chakra to hopefully help you make a decision on things. I love that it said this is your path to wellness. And because of this heart chakra card, I feel like maybe this is a relationship decision that you are trying to figure out. I think whatever it is that you need to make a decision on, it's because you're not feeling whole. And you know deep down in your heart which direction you want to go, but it's just a really hard decision for you to make. But make the one that speaks to your heart, make the decision or the choice that brings you to your path to wellness. So if it's like a job decision, if you're not happy and healthy and you're not passionate about what you're doing, then maybe go with the other thing. Like really sit and visualize all of the different directions. I would definitely do that on the new moon. Sit in meditation and visualize whatever those choices are and see how your body feels and reacts to each of those visualizations. And hopefully you will know the right choice to make based on you felt relief, you felt calm, you felt peace, you felt happy when you were visualizing that one thing. So choose the thing that is going to make your heart happy and that's going to fill you with health and wellness. I know when I was stuck in a job, I don't know why I keep bringing a job up, but when I was stuck in a job that I hated, it was detrimental to my health. Like stress has an effect, a physical effect on your body. So once I made the decision to leave that place, my health started to get better. So for your new moon intention, sit in meditation with these choices and work on making a choice. Just figuring out, I mean, if you really sit and think about it in solitude without anybody else's noise telling you that you should do this or you should do that, really figure out what it is for you and go for it. You have to get moving. Whatever it is, like Spirit is on your side and is going to support you no matter what decision that you make. I also chose the red candle to help for grounding and root chakra related, because if you get into your body, and you'll feel what is right for you. Alrighty, so thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. So far the readings have been pretty similar to each other, so if you would like to stay tuned for the closing statement at the end, please do, so you can see how all of the readings kind of related to each other. And thank you so much for your support. I will see you next time. Thanks. Hi, Group 3. If you chose the turquoise, teal, blue candle and the citrine tumbled stone, then this reading is for you for the new moon in Cancer for July 2021. So we start out with some tarot cards, and then I picked a few more oracle cards to clarify them. Out of the way. Alright, so our first tarot card here is Justice. The Ten of Wands. And the Sun in reverse. Okay, so the Justice card is pretty self-explanatory. It signifies balance, justice, for wrongs being righted. The Ten of Wands is kind of an overwhelming feeling of a card, like you've been working too hard, she's carrying those sticks and nobody's helping her, she's the only one doing it. And I feel like that leads us to this reverse sun, because the sun in reverse is the opposite of like what you see here, which is happy, sunny, bright, beautiful. So the opposite of that is sadness, depression. It kind of goes along. It could be like you're feeling overwhelmed. Just before we dive into the oracle cards, I feel like you started out doing something and it felt right. It felt like you were really doing something and it meant something to you. You put in the hard work, you did all the hard work, but it either didn't turn out the way that you thought it was going to, it didn't make you happy like you thought it was going to, or something like it ended up not being as just and good as you thought it was going to be. Or it could just be that you ended up being the only person doing the work and now you're just overloaded, you're burnt out, and just not feeling it anymore. So let's get officially, I asked for guidance about how to figure out how to turn this sun upside down. So I picked from the Work Your Light deck, and we came up with this card, Initiation. And I feel like this is pretty fitting for this reading because of how dark and gloomy it is within, or this is one of those decks that you could like really dive in deep and and kind of journey in there. So like you're either on the inside of the cave or you're on the outside of the cave wanting to get into this beautiful, luscious, colorful, magical land over here. So I feel like this is you over here. You're in with the reverse sun. You're depressed, but you have put in a lot of work, and you're right there. You're right at the threshold. So the subtitles of this card is the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So I feel like you're right there, but you're holding yourself back for some reason, and maybe it is just sadness or depression and you're just having difficulty overcoming those things, which is totally understandable, but you really are right there. Or maybe it's that taking that last step is scary, so you're just afraid to walk through that door. But this card coming up shows you, I mean, look how beautiful and magical the other side of that threshold is. So I was kind of feeling like when I'm sad and scary, I like to remember that my guides are with me, that spirit is on my side. So I couldn't decide whether or not to pick from the Archangel Oracle cards for you or the spirit animal, because not everybody's into angels. I am. They are always there. I love them very much. But I'm also a huge fan of spirit animals, so I just decided to pick both. So the spirit animal that came up for you is open to infinite possibilities, and that's the starfish spirit. And I like the starfish spirit going along with the sun because he's just spread out on the beach, absorbing all the sun that he can. And then the angel that came up for you is Chamuel, and it says, Beloved one, and I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So I mean, this angel one kind of makes it seem like might be a relationship issue that you are working on. It might be your relationship with spirit. It can be your relationship with yourself. It can be your relationship with a partner, a friend, a business, a boss, a coworker. But know that Chamuel, and I'll always ask for help when you are feeling lost, scared, like you're in the dark and you're alone. Always ask for help, and I have found that you can really feel angels' presence by like feeling warm and comforted. So always ask for help if you need it, but I really feel like all you have to do is walk through this door. Be open to, like, maybe you're scared because you don't know what's on the other side, and the starfish spirit is telling you to be confident and open to the possibilities because it's going to be good no matter what it is. It's just taking that step is hard and scary. So I chose Cirtrine for you today because Cirtrine is kind of like sunshine in a little crystal. It's yellow, it's beautiful, it brings luck, prosperity, and happiness. So I chose that for you, as well as the aqua candle because it's because of like the starfish spirit. I was feeling the Cancer energy, and Cancer energy is like ocean beachy kind of energy. So that's why I chose those two colors for you. And I really feel like you're like right there. So set intentions around making that last step and walking through that threshold to get to this beautiful, magical, colorful world here on the other side. So please comment below and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Stay tuned. Right after this, I will be doing a closing statement, just kind of wrapping up all the readings, how they related to each other, as well as a little bit more about the Cancer new moon. And hi everyone, thanks for sticking around for the closing statement. Happy new moon in Cancer. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Before I get into how everything kind of related to each other, I forgot to pull a chakra card for group 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And for group 3, we're kind of trying to figure out how to step through this threshold, how to like keep going, which was a very common theme amongst all of the readings. So can I have a card for group 3? Violet Flame. Interesting. Okay. The violet flame of spiritual protection surrounds you always. You are intimately connected with the divine. You can safely release any addictions that no longer serve you. Your angels are right here to help you reclaim your true power and protect you from harm. Know and feel that you are receiving and emanating the violet ray of compassion, mercy, and purification, which blesses the entire universe. And the chakra is the crown chakra, crystals amethyst, and the herb is gotu kola. So first of all, this really looks beautiful with this last card of initiation. Look how beautiful they go together. So getting out of that darkness and remembering that you have the violet flame with you. When I first learned about the violet flame, a coworker had told me about it, and I was stressing about seeing a client who kind of had a lot of negative energy around them, and I always just felt drained and horrible after seeing them. And a client told me, like, I was like, I've put up like 3 shields and a bubble, and I'm grounding before, and she told me about the violet flame, and I had never heard about it before. And it's just kind of, it's similar to bubbling or shielding, but you imagine that there is this violet flame rising from the earth and kind of surrounding you, and anything negative that comes near it just gets burned up in these flames. So I ended up like doing the massage and doing that visualization while during the massage session, but for me it was like calling on the violet flame, but it was to the tune of Purple Rain by Prince. So I was like, violet flame, but anyways, the violet flame is a very effective protection technique. Got ashes on my water. So the biggest correlation to all of the readings today is that we had the Hermit for group 1, which is all about going within, finding the light within, but being alone. And then we had the Island, Solitude, and then we had the Initiation, but this is in Rite of Passage, but this kind of feels like this is like a also very isolated, desolate area. So I think that's probably a general feeling for the general population because we've been in this pandemic for so long. Things have reopened, but things are different, and it's weird, and it's awkward, and you still might not be making emotional connections or physical connections with people as much as you would like to. So a lot of us are feeling alone and isolated, myself included. I mean, it is what it is. However, really wonderful, bright, beautiful things come out of being isolated, how figuring out who you truly are on the inside before presenting yourself to the world, really digging deep and figuring out who you are is a really important thing to do. And we are blessed with having this opportunity. It's a very unfortunate opportunity, but a lot of times you have to go through the darkness to get to the light. You have to go through hard times before you're able to see the bigger picture and the light at the end of the tunnel. This is very true for every horrible situation I've ever gone through. I come out of it. I wouldn't have my business. I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't have gone through this really deep period of depression and grief after my father passed away. I would not be here at all if it weren't for having to go through that. And I'm happy where I am. I'm sad that he's not here with me to see it, but there's always good that's going to come out of the bad is what I'm trying to say. So looking at our chakra cards now that I have pulled all of them. For group 1 we had root, for group 2 we had heart, and this worked out. For group 3 we have the crown. So this is a very root, beginning, middle, and end to the readings. It incorporates chakras from the top to the bottom. These are kind of like the big ones. The root and the crown are like the anchors, and then the heart is the center. And all of the energy is going through all of these energy centers in order for it to flow, it has to go through all of these energy centers. It has to come up from your root, go through your heart, and out of your crown, back down again, up through your root, through your heart, and up through the crown, and back down again like a fountain. So I think that's like a really balanced way to look at this. New moon in Cancer, which Cancer energy is nurturing, motherly, caring. I think it's important that we are focusing on all of our chakras when we're talking about self-care, because sometimes we can get stuck in one or the other, and then you're not moving forward, you're not activating. All of these, I mean, not just with the isolation. Oh, and again with the isolation, I think I said it in one of the readings, but it's almost like we've had our chance to go out into the world, and maybe you're finding that you like having that time alone and you're enjoying your peace and quiet at home. I don't know, that might not be the case for everybody, but I know I enjoy my time at home. I love my sanctuary. But a lot of these were, so group 2 was kind of confused about trying to figure out where to go. These ones are backwards. Group 3 was kind of feeling lost and needing to take like this last step to end up being out in the sunshine, to help turn the sunshine back upside down, because we had the sun in reverse. So it was like making scary decisions, being afraid to make a choice, and group 1 was just needing to eliminate things to make room for more better things to come. More better things to come. For better things to come. So all in all, with this nurturing, like really get down to your self-care. Take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. And that's going to help you get clear about the things that you need to let go of so that good things can come. It's going to help you get clear about which direction to take, and it's going to help you get clear or gain the confidence and be open to whatever the outcome may be, so that you can get to this light at the end of the tunnel. I think for me personally, I'm going to be setting my intentions around self-care and really getting down to what it is that I really want, what it is I want to focus on, and how I'm going to move forward with all of those things. It seems like a really general, all over the board, similar sort of thing. Like I could have read all of these readings the same, because they were so very similar. This one's group 1 needs to let go. This one's making a decision. And this one is, again, kind of making a decision, but just deciding to take that next step. So, self-care, Cancer, take care of yourself. The next moon cycle will be the end of Cancer season and moving into Leo season. And Leo is all about taking that step confidently, being proud of who you are, and living in that luxury in Leo style. So use the end of the summer to enjoy yourself and play. We had fairy, take care of yourself so that you're able to make clear, honest, conscious decisions. Definitely try. There was a pretty strong message about like connecting to, like group 1 was connecting to fairies. Group 2 was, what did we have? Well, this is an angel card. Oh, and we had the lovers too. So like angelic connection with group 3, and then, or group 2, and then with group 3 we had the angel and the spirit animal come out. So I think this new moon again is going to be like connecting, like understanding that like the veil is thinner. There are other things out there in the world. There are fairies in the world. There are angels in the world. There are spirit guides and spirit animals that are here to help us. So I think it's once we get isolated and get in touch with ourselves, we will start to hear that spiritual guidance from the other side. And I'm excited for it. I don't know about you, but I hope this reading resonated with you. Please like and subscribe. The candles we used today were mini candles that are on the website now. They're super cute. They last about 30 minutes, so it's kind of similar to a tea light, which is nice for like quick spells or readings that you want to use them for, versus the chime size lasts about 2.5 hours, and then from there are like an extended period of time. So those are available. The Just a Phase Moon Planner is still available. We've got a few copies left, and we're going to do, starting today, if you haven't joined us already, join the Facebook group. We're committing to following the moon so I won't be live every day, but I will be there it's like every other day, every time the moon changes a sign. So we will talk about every phase of the moon and every sign in the zodiac for 4 weeks, for the entire moon cycle. So that is my commitment and intention for this new moon, is to really commit to putting the message out there. I really believe that following the moon helps you to connect to yourself. It helps you connect to spirit and the planet that we are living on, and the planet is dying, and we need more people to care about the planet. So yeah, thank you so much for your support. Check out priestesswonderland.com. Again, all of the links for all of these things will be in the description box below, and I really, really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to remind you that the Just a Phase Moon Planner is still available, and it helps you keep track of the moon cycles and helps you plan for your most magical life. It is from June through December, and I've got lots of new and exciting things planned for 2022. So get started this year so that you are ready to kick off 2022 with the moon and with the seasons. You can find all of this information on my website, priestesswonderland.com. I will leave links in the description box for everything, but I just wanted to remind you that the beeswax candles are still available. It will always be available because I enjoy making them so much. They're available in all sizes, including these little tiny ones, and larger jar candles on occasion when supplies are available. I have lots of cute little fun things, handmade jewelry, and you can also purchase a personal private tarot reading with me. But all of that can be found on priestesswonderland.com. You can also find me on social media at The Lazy Herbalist on Instagram, Just a Phase Planner on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. And the number one way to support small businesses, go to all of your favorite small business shops and like everything that they have posted. It is the number one way. It is the freest way to support a small business, to keep all of the information that you like on the top and to weed out all the stuff that you don't like scrolling through. So please, please, please like and subscribe on this channel. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. If you're in the Triangle area in Raleigh, North Carolina, I am starting to open up new clients, which I haven't done this entire year because it's been a crazy year, right? If you would like to enjoy massage therapy, energy healing, Reiki, crystal healing, and all different types of body work rolled into one wonderful, relaxing experience in your own home, check out Wonderland Mobile Massage. You can find all that information on priestesswonderland.com. Contact me directly because I am not accepting that many people. So please reach out if you feel called to any of the work that you have seen on this video, to crystal healing, to energy work, or if you just want to help me keep my business afloat in a pandemic, I would really appreciate it. So reach out to me. I try to get back to people as soon as possible. But really, the most important thing is share the love. Share the love. It's the best way to support small businesses. Go to every small business Instagram account that you know of and like everything that you see on their page. Just like it all. It helps us get to the top. It helps small businesses like me stay afloat, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.